Welcome to the Cover Forward podcast. I'm Luca Moya, Bradshaw Furlong, and Jeff. Well, no Nolan today. He decided to take some time off. He's in Arizona watching those undefeated Cardinals, so that's going to be fun for him. We got to see it through. A couple games that aren't going to be as interesting as that one. We got Bills, Dolphins. I just think the Bills are going to roll over the Dolphins. Do you guys agree?
Yeah, he looked a little bit better kind of in the second half of that game against the Falcons, but I think it was also kind of like the Falcons kind of took their foot off the gas a little bit and they almost Falcons like all over themselves. Thankfully got the best kicker in the game, god damn it. But yeah, the Bills are going to just kick the living tar out of them.
Yeah. Jeff, 13.5 for the Bills. You taking it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I take that for sure. Yeah, I think the Bills will end up with probably the best record in football. I think they have the easiest strength of schedule and one of the best teams. So I think they're on their way. This is a nice bounce back one for them for sure after that Titans loss.
Another huge spread, 14.5, Rams in Houston. This is going to be unbelievable. Like this is going to be really something special to watch here. Matthew Stafford continuing his MVP campaign. Bradshaw, you're high on him. So I'm assuming you're going to go with the Rams. I think everyone's going to go with the Rams. I'm going with the Rams, and I think they're going to cover 14.5.
Oh, yeah, covering 14.5. I don't think they'll have a problem like getting stuck in the mud like the Cardinals did. I mean, it didn't even matter. The Cardinals still just beat the hell out of them anyway. But yeah, the Rams it's just an incredible team. They're so good. Matt Stafford, leader in EPA per play through 7 weeks. Come on. He's your MVP.
Yeah, I got nothing else different to say. I am a little bit hesitant on that spread. I don't know why. I have this feeling, especially with like the game against the Lions. I know the Lions might be a little bit better than we thought, but I kind of think talent for talent, the Texans defense might be just a little bit better.
Well, the Lions also like tried to pull out like every stop with like fake punts, onside kicks. Like I don't think David Culley has like the desire in his heart to like win the game like that badly.
Yeah,
true. But also like Dan Campbell also didn't go for it when he was like at the 20 pretty much.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
Like very inconsistent there. But whatever. Lions fans can cry themselves to sleep. Yeah, but Rams fans won't be. They'll be taking this one. You know what though? I'm changing my mind. I will take the spread on that one.
14.5 for Houston. So, okay. Well, listen, the spreads are hitting. Like these big spreads they're hitting so far this year. So it's kind of crazy if you think about it. Panthers, Falcons, divisional game.
Here we go.
This is Brad, I'm going to give you the floor here. Before you do, I like the Falcons. Panthers, our division, 3-0, our division, 3-4. They're 3-4. They're brought back down to earth. So the Falcons are looking good. I'm going to take the Falcons 2.5. Brad?
It's kind of teams going in opposite directions in their seasons right now. Like the Panthers are absolutely falling apart. Sam Darnold got pulled against the Giants. He looked absolutely awful. Has looked awful the last 4 weeks of the season. Even the game against the Cowboys, he didn't look very good. And I like Sam Darnold. But I was going to bring up in our fraud segment in our last episode. He's been very fraudulent these last 4 weeks. Matt Ryan's been incredible. Basically ever since the first week of the season, even since the second week of the season, the offense has actually started to look really good. Obviously, they haven't really played anybody, and they're still not really playing anybody. So, I mean, that doesn't really matter to me, though. Sam Darnold, PJ Walker, whoever's in there, I'm going with the Falcons.
Jeff, are you going to take the Falcons? 3-0. I never thought we would all go through 3 Falcons picks.
We're taking the Falcons. The only thing I will say is, like, man, Sam Darnold, buddy, like, if you are going to have any chance at staying in this league, you got to play well this game. You cannot throw a pick. Like this is, you cannot throw an interception, buddy. I just check it down. Check it down. Take a fumble. I mean, honestly, check it. Like just don't throw it to the line of scrimmage. Like take that. Just don't throw a pick, dude. Like this dude's career might be over pretty soon.
I think the turning point was when like he decided to be hero mode against the Eagles and just completely lost it. I will say though, I think it's just the ghost of playing at MetLife Stadium, like against the Giants. Like he's like, oh, here we go, back here in New York, and it turned pretty to shit for him and his team. So. Carolina trending downwards, a team trending upwards, the Bengals. The Bengals come out of nowhere. They're playing the Jets. Zach Wilson out for 2 to 4 weeks. The spread's 9.5. It should probably be bigger. I mean, let's be real. The Jets are just the Jets. So it's in New York. I'm going to go Cincinnati to cover 9.5. I like what they're doing with their team. Joe Burrow looks great. Jamar Chase, who's going to cover him? So I got the Bengals. Jeff?
I mean, could Joe Burrow win comeback player of the year potentially? I feel
Not
like
over, not over Dak.
it's tough, man.
Yeah,
Like
that's
Dak's
tough.
in everybody's hearts and all
Yeah.
that, but like Joe Burrow is starting to have a really, really good year. Yeah, I agree with you, Luca. Why isn't the spread higher? I'll take
Yeah.
Bengals and the spread easily, no problem.
You know what?
No, you're not.
Mike
No,
White's
you're
going to
not.
step in there. He's going to get it done. He's throwing passes to Corey Davis. He's throwing dots to Elijah Moore. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. The Bengals are going to absolutely kill them. Jamar Chase to score. T. Higgins going to finally get back on track, get a score. I think they're putting up at least like 5 touchdowns.
Yeah, the Bengals are.
Maybe not all offensive touchdowns either.
Maybe pick up the Bengals defense in fantasy this week. I think they're gonna have their way with the Jets. Steelers Browns, good divisional game. Browns not exactly what we thought. The fraud Baker Mayfield in Bradshaw's eyes. So I don't know if he's returning, guys. I haven't heard anything yet. But Case Keenum looked, I guess, decent. I mean, it wasn't really the best game in the world. 3 points for Browns. I'm gonna go Steelers. You know what? I think Pittsburgh needs a bounce back here. I don't think they're going to make the playoffs, but I think they're going to play spoiler in a team that I thought. I didn't think they were going to make the playoffs, and there's proof of that, but I did have them in the Super Bowl. So there is proof of me not having them in the playoffs. I'm going to go with the Steelers to knock off the Browns in Cleveland. I think the defense is good enough, and I don't really know what's happening with that whole team and their injuries. So I got the Steelers, even though they're inconsistent as anybody right now. But Steelers -3, I think they're going to win in Cleveland. Bradshaw, what do you think?
I'm going to go with the Browns. I think I just have more I have more faith in their offense, even if it's Case Keenum or Baker Mayfield. I have more faith in their offense to kind of get it done. But the strength of this game is going to be the defenses for both sides. The defenses are going to kind of have a big impact on this game. But I think the way the Browns can run the ball doesn't seem to matter who's in. I think they're going to have a good. I think they're going to have a good day, at least running the ball, and I think they'll get enough from whichever quarterback decides to play. I think it's going to be. I think Baker is going to play. I think he kind of just took Thursday because it was a short week. But I think they're going to get just enough out of their passing offense. But I'm still not super confident on the Browns at the moment. But I still think they're going to win this game.
Yeah, I think this is close for sure. I think the Steelers actually aren't that different than the Broncos in a lot of ways. Like they're kind of similar.
That's actually a good comparison. I can see that.
With the injuries though, you know what? No. Case Keenum's gonna prove he's the number one guy for this job, man.
Wow.
Baker Mayfield's not gonna play. Case Keenum's gonna take over, like I said.
Well, Baker's in a contract year, so I'm kind of intrigued to see what he's going to get. So I mean, I don't know if you're going to give him the max or some.
He'll probably take
number.
more contracts doing commercials, I think.
Yeah, well, you know how he does those. Lions, Eagles. Again, not really an exciting game. The Eagles are favored on the road -3. I'm going to go with the Lions. I think they could pick up their first win here. I'm just praying that Detroit finally figures it out. Like they just need to win one of these games. And Philly, I think, is a sneaky good team against these bad teams, I guess you could say. But I got Detroit to win their first game finally in the Dan Campbell era. Jeff, what do you think?
Yeah, I think it's a lot of my heart just saying that they're going to win this one, but also this should be close. Theoretically, this should be close. These are two of the worst teams in the NFL. I think that the Lions can win it though. Hopefully Dan Campbell just goes for the right things, not onside kicks all the time, because
they got it. It worked.
And he, you know what? He's probably just going to do it again, isn't he? And yeah, dumb. But whatever. I digress. I'll take the Lions in this one.
You know what? I'll make it a clean sweep for the feel-good Detroit Lions. I mean, I don't have a ton of confidence in it. I think Jalen Hurts is going to have a really good game. But yeah, I think the Lions. I think this is where they kind of pick up their first dub. They hopefully they just don't have an emotional letdown after like putting up such a big fight against the Rams and like they're like, oh man, now we're playing this crappy Eagles team. Hopefully they can just put that behind them and pick up a dub against the Eagles.
I feel like Dan Campbell's becoming that coach, that high school coach who just goes for it on fourth down, doesn't punt, just does something crazy on fourth down. So hopefully it doesn't turn into that. But I agree, Job. I think he has to make the right decisions. But it's good to be aggressive when you're 0-6 and you're just every week you're just trying to get one win at least. Jeff, this one's big, man. This one's big. Okay, Bears, 49ers. In Chicago too. Man, this one I have no idea what to do with this one. I think I'm going to go 49ers just because I don't like what I'm seeing from your Bears right now. I'm sorry, but it's 3.5 for the visitors in San Francisco. I'm going to go with the 49ers to pick up the dub. Jeff, the floor is yours.
What's the spread on this one?
3.5 for San Francisco. It's in Chicago.
Can't get much worse than they were against the Buccaneers.
No, they can't. No, they can't.
That's true.
I don't know if it'll matter if they play any better, though.
I think the defense won't be torn to shreds in this one. I think
Probably not,
actually our run defense is actually pretty good.
Mhm.
So, I will take the Bears.
Wow.
I will take them to cover because the spread's just so close.
Yeah.
How have the Bears piecemealed together 3 wins this season? Like, this does not scream a team that is about to be 500. I mean, neither do the Falcons, I'll be honest with you, but
Yeah.
how is this team, like, I don't quite understand how they have like a better record, like just by win percentage, than the Niners. Like, it seems so weird to me that this is the case. I'm going to take the 49ers. I think the Niners will kind of just get back on track. I think the weather didn't help Jimmy. I think they'll do enough. I think Nick Bosa will get home. I think they'll, get a little of a pass rush going, kind of rattle Justin Fields a little bit. I'm going to go with the Niners. I don't know. I'm not sure how the Bears have been because every week it's just Jeff telling me how god awful the Bears are. And then here they are, a chance to be 500.
Well, I mean, I don't know what to think about Chicago right now. Like, they got to do something. Allen Robinson is just MIA. Like, I don't know what's going on. If they got to get him more involved, I don't know if he's not playing good particularly, but they got to get
every
him the
receiver
ball.
is bad right now. Every receiver has been a letdown, and I actually thought this would be one of the strengths of the team, and they've been horrible.
Yeah,
Allen Robinson's not getting the contract.
What has been the strength of the Chicago Bears this season?
The defensive front seven, pretty much.
All right, I like to hear it.
I actually, I will say, Sean Desai has done a great job. He is a good coach. I have no questions about that. He is a good coach. Matt Nagy, terrible. Bill Lazor, terrible. Justin Fields, he's a rookie. All right, that's all we're saying.
Yeah, he's a rookie.
I was waiting for it. I thought I was going to get terrible.
Yeah,
but not yet.
I'm still holding down on Justin Fields. I think he'll be okay.
It's not his fault. It's not his fault.
Pick'em game, AFC South, Colts, Titans.
This is a pick'em.
This is a pick'em game. Yeah, it is.
I think so.
And you know what? It's weird because Tennessee's like, what are they, like 5-2? Like they should clearly, I think, be the favorites. I think, anyways. But I mean, I think I'm going to go with the Colts. I mean, they're at home. I think Tennessee's already beaten them once already, so I kind of expected them to split this year. And the Colts are better than their record, man. I really think the Colts are better than what people give them credit for. They're in a lot of games. They just haven't been able to piece out like the win. And last night they did. I'm going to go with the Colts to beat the Titans. I mean, the defense is flying around. I think they could do a good enough job in stopping Derrick Henry enough. I mean, I don't even know what stopping Derrick Henry means. Like what, 100 yards and a touchdown? Is that considered a stop on Derrick Henry? I think they could do that maybe. So I'm going to go with the Colts and Carson Wentz at home. I can't believe I just said I'm trusting in Carson Wentz to get me a win, but I'm going with Indy. Bradshaw, what do you think?
I'm going with the Titans. I feel like the Colts defense hasn't even been that great this season. They've been fine. They've provided a service, and I mean, like, it's going to be hard for them to stop Derrick Henry. I think Ryan Tannehill is actually playing really, really well this season, despite sometimes not having his 2 best receivers. Like, he had a game without who. I mean, they lost to the Jets, but like, he still has played well even without like some of his guys. Even when like Julio Jones is in the doghouse or something, or AJ Brown has like diarrhea or whatever the hell he had a couple weeks ago. So, I mean, I'm going to go with the Titans. I feel like they're going to do enough. Their defense is horrendous. But I think their offense is going to do more than enough to get past the Colts.
I agree that it's a pick'em game. I actually think it's close. I think the Titans aren't as good as the record says. I think the Colts are better than their record. I think I agree 100% with Bradshaw. That defense is not very good. But honestly, the Titans defense isn't that great in my opinion.
Oh no, that's what I was talking about. No, the Titans defense is awful.
Oh, I still think both of them are kind of meh.
The Colts are the Colts have a fine defense. The Colts is a fine defense, but the Titans defense is so much worse.
It's so much worse, and it's like, I struggle to think what is Mike Vrabel good at?
What is your job here?
What do you do here, Mr. Vrabel? I gotta think, because I've been saying this whole year that the Colts are just kind of getting unlucky. They've been doing the right strategy. They've been calling the right plays. They've just kind of been getting unlucky. They face also some really tough teams. I'll go with the Colts, and I have to pick them to cover that. I think that's fair. I think they will cover it. I think this is kind of where they can maybe get back the division. It's going to be tough, but I think they can.
They could still kind of turn it around. I think like 3-4. They're just a game back, and it's really early in the year too. So I think the Colts, I think they are better than the record shows. Jacksonville, Seattle, I mean, no Russell Wilson. It's not really going to be
Geno Smith, baby.
I mean, I don't know how much you guys trust Geno Smith. I heard they're in talks to get Cam.
You're asking me how much I trust Geno Smith. You're asking me how much I trust. I trust Geno Smith with my life. He could have beaten he should have beaten the Steelers. Should have beaten the Steelers. I mean, the Jags are awful. And I think, but also Russell Wilson's also getting close, apparently. So he might be back for this game.
If you trust Geno Smith with your life, Brad, just let me know when the funeral is, and I'll be there with flowers. Like,
Geno has never let me down. Geno is a great man. He got a raw deal in both New York places. He's a solid backup.
You can make the kid. Yeah, back. Let's just put that out there.
He's not a starter. He's not a starter.
No. He's a backup. And
he's a solid backup. Solid backup.
Your life in a backup.
He's the best backup in the NFL. Damn it.
I don't know. Mitch Trubisky in Buffalo looks pretty. No, I'm kidding. I'm gonna go with the Seahawks. Not because of Geno Smith, Bradshaw. I just think the Jags are just so bad that I have to go with Seattle. But you are right. He did look decent against the Steelers.
They didn't let him do anything. It was so frustrating. It's like, look, the one time your offense looks really good is when you're actually letting Geno Smith throw the ball down the field. Crazy.
Mm-hmm. I thought they should. I wouldn't say more designed runs, but maybe more rollouts and stuff, because he is a pretty athletic guy. Unfortunately, he did fumble at the end of the game, but TJ Watt's been TJ Watt. Like, he does that to everybody. So I'm going to go with Seattle just because the Jags are a mess. I don't know how I don't even know if Urban Meyer's going to stay after this year. Like, if it wasn't for John Gruden, okay, this guy was probably on his way out. So he's lucky, I think, right now to have a job. So I'm going to go with Seattle, and it's in Seattle too. It's only 3.5. I think it should probably be maybe towards 5. But nonetheless, I got the Seahawks. Bradshaw, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I'm taking the Seahawks. I mean, whether Geno Smith, whether Geno's in or whether Russell comes back a little early. I know there were reports he had a pin taken out of his finger or whatever. So I think he's getting close. I don't know if he'll be back in time for this game, but doesn't matter who's in a quarterback. I'm taking the Seahawks.
Yeah, I'll take the Seahawks too. The only thing that gives me pause is literally Pete Carroll. That guy somehow managed to screw up every quarterback. Like, just never lets them fulfill their potential. You can even probably blame him for Matt Leinart to an extent.
Wow. That's a bold take from Jeff. But hey, man, it's Jeff. So we expect those here on the Cover 4. Washington in Denver. Now, this should be a big defensive showdown, but I don't think Washington's defense has been remotely close to what we all thought. And me and Brad's defensive rookie of the year, I don't think we're going to be winning that bad. Even though he has looked decent. Like, I think Davis has looked okay.
He's looked fine, yeah.
Yeah, the team does seem to like him. I've been reading reports, but, I mean, this defense and Chase Young, I don't know. They've just kind of gone. They're gone. Like, they're just not there. In Denver, I'm going to go Denver just because it's in Denver. Like, if it was Washington, I'd probably go Washington. I thought this could be maybe a pickup game, but it's 3.5 for Denver. Teddy Bridgewater, Taylor Heineke. It's not really a barn burner, so I'm going to go with the Broncos. Jeff, what do you think?
Yeah, I'll go with the Broncos. I will go with them to cover that spread. Their defense is way too good, man. Their defense is too good, and their offense is good enough. They've had a rough time against tougher defenses, but I think this defense won't be a problem for Teddy Bridgewater.
Yeah, Broncos as well for me. Like, I still love the team. I still love the roster around that team. Just a little injured this year. I think they'll be fine.
Bucks, Saints, Brad, 2 teams in your division. So You're probably hoping for a tie. It's probably not going to happen. But I'm going to make this quick. I got the Bucks on the road. The Saints seem to play them well, but I think the Bucks kind of figured it out. Last year was kind of, their first year together. Bucks are favored by 4.5, though. I think it should be maybe 3, but closer. But, I mean, it's only 1.5 points. I don't know what I'm saying. But I got Tampa Bay. Jeff, what do you think?
I will go Tampa Bay too. I got them to cover that because Tom Brady just saw Aaron Rodgers win an MVP. He's like, you know what? I want one of those again. So he's probably going to try and score as many touchdowns as possible.
Listen, here's the roadmap, guys. All right. Tampa Bay beats the New Orleans. The Falcons beat the Panthers. The Falcons are second place in the NFC South Division, as we all predicted 8 weeks through the season. I'm obviously taking the Buccaneers, even if the Falcons weren't in position to go into second in the division. I'm still taking the Buccaneers because I still don't really believe in the Saints this season. Even though I did before the season, I haven't seen much to make me really believe in them. The Bucs look really good. Mike Evans, don't give away Tom Brady's 600 touchdown pass or 700 touchdown pass when he inevitably throws 700. Fun fact, I didn't know this, actually. Danny Amendola gave away Tom Brady's 400th touchdown pass to a fan. I didn't know that. That was a fun fact I learned yesterday. Wow. Stop giving away his touchdown passes.
Did he get it back? Do you know?
Which one? The 400 or the 600?
What? The 400.
Yeah, it's in the Hall of Fame now.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. But yeah, it's kind of everyone's just giving away footballs, man.
Yeah, I can't believe that fan gave back the 600th without like asking for money. I know they're going to compensate him somehow, but like someone said it's supposed to be worth like $500,000. Like, keep the ball.
Ask for season tickets for life. Give it to me, and I'll give you the football back. He probably has season tickets to wait where he was sitting.
Okay, no, Luca, you would give the ball back just for a handshake from Tom Brady.
Oh, I give him a ball back if he just tosses me a ball, just to say I caught a pass from Tom Brady. Like just that, I would give the ball back. That's all I need. That's all I want. This is going to be a good game, I think. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a Pats fan. I think Pats Chargers in LA. That's going to be a sneaky game. Jeff, you're talking about it before. You think this could be a potential upset? I'm just going to go with the Patriots because I'm stupid and I'm a homer. And I think the Pats in this game, even though they annoy me on third down, they can't stop literally anybody when it comes to third and long. But I'm going to go with the Patriots to maybe cause an upset and see if Belichick can stop Herbert. Because last time they played, the Chargers last year blew them out. Like it was like 45-0 or something crazy. So maybe they could do it again. Probably not, but I'm going with the New England Patriots here. Jeff?
I will go with the Patriots. I smell an upset coming. I just have a feeling the offense seems like it's starting to click, man. The offense looks pretty decent. So I'll take them. However, that rest and the time off to plan for someone like Bill Belichick does give me some pause. I think it'll be close. I think it'll be a close game. I actually think this could be one of those like 35+ point games.
Yeah. Brad, just do it. Come on, make it a.
I'm taking the Chargers. I'm taking the Chargers. Damn it! Like they had the week off. They had time to prepare. They'll be ready to go. They're coming off a loss, a big loss too. They're gonna want to make a statement, all the narrative kind of stuff, and I just think they're gonna come out there. I don't think Mac Jones. I know we talked about how the Chargers defense doesn't look as good as we thought they were going to be. I still think they're going to do a good enough job to beat Mac Jones. No offense to Mac Jones, but I think they're going to do a good enough job to beat Mac Jones, and they're going to win. What's the spread for this one? What's the spread for this one?
This one's 5.5.
Yeah, I'll take 5.5. I'll go with at least a score.
So you're going up against the next Tom Brady is what you're doing. The prodigy.
No, I'm picking the next Tom Brady and Justin Herbert.
Oh wow. Okay. You know what? We're gonna move past that because that was just Jeff's eyes lit up. Jeff won't even.
I saw the fire in his eyes just burning.
Jeff would take Geno Smith over Justin Herbert, I think.
Yeah, probably. You know what? He looks pretty good, man. I don't know. Pete Carroll holding him back.
Cowboys Vikings. No one's not here to support his Vikings, so I think we can kind of go off on them. It's only 1.5 for Dallas.
Only because it's at home. I bet if it was in Dallas, this is like a 7-point spread.
Yeah, so I think it's kind of easy. I mean, these games kind of seem to go pretty close when these two teams play, but man, Dallas looks really good, man. Like their offense looks great. Trevon Diggs, I don't know if he's going to get picked in this game also, but he just seems to be flying everywhere. So I got the Cowboys to win 1.5. That's an easy cover. So I'm going with Dallas. Bradshaw.
I still think it'll be relatively close, but not close enough for me to not take a 1.5 point spread. Like, I think the Cowboys should win that game. I mean, like, maybe the Vikings can do like a whole ball control kind of deal where, you run the ball a lot with Dalvin Cook and Alexander Madison involved, short passes and all that kind of good stuff. The Kirk Cousins special essentially is what it is. But yeah, the Vikings defense is not stopping the Dallas Cowboys offense the way they're playing right now. So I'm going the Cowboys, definitely covered 1.5.
Yeah, I was thinking Vikings originally because it just seems like their offense could light it up, but the Cowboys defense is legitimate. Dak Prescott, MVP candidate. Yeah, I'll take the Cowboys. I'll take them to cover. But I do think this should be a fun game. This will be a really interesting one to watch.
Yeah, this is going to be a good game. Monday, quickly, Chiefs, Giants. Chiefs are favored by 10 in Kansas City. The fraud ain't pulling this one off, boys. Daniel Jones he's gonna cover the spread. He's not gonna win, but he's gonna cover the spread.
Oh, okay.
No,
right,
no, I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna go crazy.
It scared me. I was like, I saw how bad this team played. They're just terrible.
I mean, even though I don't like the Giants because they've robbed me of 2 Super Bowls. Me, not Tom Brady.
You personally.
They robbed me of 2 Super Bowls. Okay. But the Giants, I think they'll cover, but I mean, 10 points with the way Kansas City's playing in that defense. I think Daniel Jones could even light up this defense the way they're playing. So I got the Giants. The Chiefs, but the Giants to cover 10 points. So let's not get carried away. Bradshaw, what do you think?
I just don't know if the Giants are going to have the weapons to threaten the Chiefs defense. Like, everyone is hurt. Like, Saquon's hurt, Galladay's out, Shepard's out, Tony's out. They had to their number one receiver was Darius Slayton yesterday. Like, I'm fine with Darius Slayton as a player, but he's not a number one by any means. So I don't know if they're going to have the weapons to threaten the Chiefs defense by any stretch of the imagination. I'm going to go with the Chiefs to win, obviously. And I might even have them to cover depending on who's playing for the Giants, but I'm definitely taking them to win. But I'll take the Chiefs to cover too. Why not?
I did have some pause, because I think that defense is pretty decent for the Giants. But Joe Judge is an absolute fool. So I'll just quickly say I take the Chiefs to cover and win. Okay. Here's my thing. Why do we keep doing this with quote one-handed catches on like social media where like, oh my God, Daniel Jones he caught a pass one-handed. Guys, he pretty much dropped it in the first time he touched it. Can we please stop calling that like a one-handed catch? That's not a cool catch when you drop it halfway through. That's a lapse in concentration, and that's also bricks for hands. Okay. Also, stop giving Daniel Jones praise for like nothing, man. Good God! Like,
they give him praise for non-quarterback things.
He might even be the best actually right now, only because everybody's hurt. Okay, Daniel Jones is trash. Right?
He's not trash. Good. He is not good. Who catches passes one-handed? Kyle Pitts. Perfect one-handed catch.
That's very true.
Like Randy Moss, man. Like Randy Moss. Okay. That's what I expect to see when I hear one-handed catches. Okay. Other than that, you keep them off my goddamn timeline. Okay.
Well, maybe Daniel Jones can run a little QB option for 60 yards, and maybe he doesn't fall this time and he catches it in. But that's going to do it here on the Cover 4 podcast. Luca Moya, Bradshaw Furlong, Jeff Wall. You can catch Lingo Sports to listen to this podcast on YouTube. Check us out on Instagram and Twitter as well. We'll be back next week. Nolan will be back. I thought I did a pretty good job. I feel like I'm in control, guys. This is why Nolan likes hosting. But it was fun. We'll see you guys next week, and have a good one.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please drop a like, share it with your friends, and subscribe to Lingo Sports and Lingo News for a whole lot more just like this.